All right, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video, we're going to look at the season or round 27, I guess, review and season review for NRL Fantasy, NRL Sportsdeck, and of course the NRL Mixer. And as usual, we'll kick off with the NRL Fantasy. So 685 points for this week, which, in terms of round rank is fairly average. In terms of overall, I'll just quickly go back to week 26. Yeah, I thought so. We've actually snuck up in the ranks somewhat, even though we only had, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players. So, so obviously there was a few people struggling this week. But I guess those 10 players, we had Damien Cook and Cam Murray. So obviously really good scores from those guys, 72 and 88. So if you could hold on to them through their bye last week, it was obviously well worth it. Isaiah with the 66, he's just solid all the time. Dan Russell with the 39, he's been, a super good buy for us in the back end of the year. Just ticking over, getting us points, valuable number on the field. Dave Fafita, so we had him as captain thinking he could go massive, and he got us 54, which wasn't the biggest score in our team. In fact, it's probably one of the lowest just having a look through. We should have stuck with the old plan of the halves, Cleary and Hines, 97, 95 respectively. Massive from both of them. Val Tafari was a late call-up, so that was a very useful number for us this week with the 51. Avi Coruscant, he's been really solid in the back end of the season too with the 60. And Harrison Graham with a 9 must have got an injury or something. I'll be honest, didn't watch much footy over this weekend. Didn't see the point in some of it. But let's see what happened there. Match stats. 15 minutes, yes. Must have been some sort of injury, or was he coming off the bench perhaps? I don't know. No, doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, so I guess in terms of, reviewing the season, we can go back to the very start, look where it all began. And so I guess just having to think about NRL fantasy and how it works. Um, I think maybe it was a bit of an error having the two gun hookers. We couldn't really um, use them as such, and having 770k on the bench was probably not the smartest idea I've ever had. Um, but yeah, starting with Isaiah Yeo and Cam Murray, I really liked. Obviously, Murray um, did have that injury in the first half of the year, so we did trade him out, trade him back in. And I guess that's something you want to try to avoid in this format, but I guess it couldn't really be helped given, we he was a solid pick. Brandon Smith probably didn't do as much as we'd like this year playing hooker for the Roosters. So obviously, not having Nico Hines was only because of the injury at the start of the year. So I think Tanner Boyd, we didn't get the best out of him. Val Holmes, we probably left him, or we could have probably used that money better as well. Just we had to pick a center. We tried to pick a center that we could set and forget, and he was solid, but I don't think that was the right strategy. Um, Nickel Klokstad, he's been great for us all year. That was a good pick. Warbrick was a solid pick. I'm guessing that's his price now because he was definitely cheaper at the start of the year. But Tommy Talau was a bit of a dud. We had Khan Pereira. He was a good option. Although he got that 0 the first week and everyone thought he was going to be a dud too. Isaiah Katoa, he never really got much going. Stefano, he was a bit overpriced. Sean Bloor, he had a up and down year. And Trindle, we obviously brought him in because of the injury to Hines. Sonny Luke was another sort of bust type pick. So probably didn't start with the best squad. Although, round one, sitting 6,000th, we probably thought we were doing okay. And then this is probably about the time we realised we weren't. So, these got Tommy Talau, useless. Paul Alamotti, we didn't have his points on. But I guess, is there a summary of the trades or anything like that? Probably not. Like yeah, you can't do that. But yeah, I guess, having the limited trades as well. Um, yeah, we can't sort of go through every trade like I did in the Supercoach video, but yeah, I guess just for next year, it's looking at that. I think value is more important in this format, um, because you have less trades. And obviously as well, you need those playing players. You can't carry too many players from the same team because you've only got four emergencies, that aren't in the squad. So, you need to have 17 every week. You really need to have a squad where, all 21 would be playing, um, if a team isn't on a bye. And you can probably carry two. Like I know at the start of the year, if we go back, um, so the Parramatta guys were alright because they didn't have buys till late. Same with um, the Panthers, but like starting with Isaiah Yeo, Cleary, and Sonny Luke, became a bit of an issue very early. So, these two guys, yes. Carrying the third one, no. um, I had three Tigers, and that was probably not the right call anyway, just because the Tigers weren't great. So yeah, so just be more mindful of things like that. I guess this has never been the main format I focused on, but given, there was some people that were really interested in it throughout the year, it is definitely something I'll put a little bit more time and energy into next year with the channel. So that's something to look forward to, I suppose. With the sports deck side, I hadn't even really checked this to be honest before this recording. But 125, we were pushing for top 100, but just couldn't quite get there. 705. Let's see, is there anyone really different I haven't spoken about in any other video so far? Olaquata, he was massive, 94. That's awesome. Lemuelu with 46 was good. Tino was 72 with no, that was without any real attacking stats against the Dogs. Massive. Oh, 94 and 100 from the boys. So Fafita as a captain was was a bit of a dud for us, but that's fine. Brian Ty was 72. That's a really solid return. So considering we only had what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players. Is that right? There's three missing yet. That's probably not too bad that we didn't really slip in a lot of ranks. We definitely slipped in Supercoach. So yeah, so I guess this is the slightly different format where it uses it's very Supercoach in look, but uses the fantasy type positions with wings, fullbacks. Scoring is different to both as well, so that does add an element of interest. But I definitely enjoyed it. Having the halves that you could loophole with. Not that I remembered to do it too often, but I did like that. And yeah, just something a bit different to look at. So in terms of going again next year, I probably will. Whether it features on the channel or not, probably not. I will be featuring the NFL sports deck Dream Team game this year because it is sort of like a Supercoach style game for NFL, which is unique. So if you are interested in that, obviously subscribe to the channel, get the plug in nice and early, and follow along with that. And the NRL Mixer. So we still have a few more weeks of the Mixer, um, given that it goes through till game week. I think it's game week 10 from memory. So the next 3 weeks, the ladies are still playing in or the next couple of weeks anyway. They're still playing in their round robin or whatever you call it. But this week we were 1800th overall. The week 350th overall, so not the worst. So we went with Big Tino here. Obviously still should have gone with the halves option, Cleary. But Tegan Berry did the job for us with the women's side of things with 62. Isabel Kelly with 38. Mansman with 29. Yeah, let's have a look at what we could have got potentially. So we'll start with hookers, round points. So Keely Davis was the hooker pick with the 70. Up there with Damien Cook, which is a pretty good spot to be. Luke Summerton. Okay, I didn't even realise that he was a bloke that played. Did all right. Cool. In the middle forwards, yes. Oh, Georgia Hale. Awesome. She's been awesome all year. I guess we only went with Big Tino because they were playing against the Dogs, but pretty sure we'll see Georgia back in our side this week. After that, Marto from the Titans. So the Titans front row is doing the business. Ed forwards, let's see, what do we got? Olaquatu was obviously the pick there. Massive 93. Pule from the Roosters, I think that's how you say it. Might not be. At 59, that's very solid. Holmes. Talia Holmes, 55. Nice. I think in the halves, I think Cleary and Hines will be a bit ahead of the rest. Oh, Cherry Evans as well. Can't forget about DCE. Tristan Saylor in the halves. That's an interesting call for the, the mixer. But Southwell with 72. That's a solid return. Lovely. And Broughton. I don't know how to say that. 65. Centres. What have we got back there? Uh, Stephen Crichton. Head and shoulders above the rest. Abigail Roach looks like the best of the women's there with 51. Jess Surges, so we could have got on a Roosters centre, just had to go the other side of the field. And wing fullback, so Cooler, yeah, he was unreal. 110. Lots of Pappenhausen with the 65. Nice. Yeah, so it looks like Tegan Bear. Oh no, sorry, Bartlett. Oh, both 62. There you go. So we did get the right pick there, I think. So let's have a look at this week. So the men's games is obviously only from the finals, so you probably won't see a few of the teams there. But I think we'll go with some of um, the more obvious picks like Georgia Hale. Do we stick solid with Isabel Kelly or do we look elsewhere? Hmm. I don't know. We might look elsewhere. We will stick with Tegan Berry though. She's been good. Edge forwards. Let's see. So can we go by average maybe? That might be a better indication. Halves. See what we can get in the halves. Ali Brigginshaw. Let's get her in. Why not? All right. So then we need to get ourselves a centre, edge, and a hooker for this week. And I'm just trying to think who's actually playing in the finals. I'm pretty sure it's the Sharks and the Roosters, the Raiders and the Knights. And then the top fours, what the Broncos and the Storm, and Penrith and the Warriors. Now, this is why I like Isabel Kelly. I'm usually not sure who to pick out of the men in the centres. You know what? I reckon we'll get on Bradman Best in the centres. Second row, Nikora. Why not? And at hooker, I think we'll just go Captain Obvious and Harry Grant. So we'll just lock those two in. Why not? See how we go. All right, but yeah, I guess we'll wrap the video up there. As always, if you've got any thoughts, feel free to comment underneath this video. If you enjoy the content, remember like the videos, subscribe to the channel if you're looking forward to some FPL and NFL fantasy stuff over the summer. But other than that, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.